Hi, Amon. I have another book to read to you today, and it is called Busy Bumblebee Rides the Waves. And this book was written by Miss Carol Moore, and she's a friend of ours. She lives in Tallahassee with Dindy and Duke, and she wrote a book called Busy Bumblebee Rides the Waves. Now, this book is about a very special place. It's about St. Teresa, also called Perkins Beach, on the Isle of St. James. That's you, James, Amon James. There once was a little bee named Busy Bee, and he lived on the Isle of St. James at St. Teresa Beach in Florida. Wow. One beautiful summer day, he was flying from flower to flower to flower in Nana Carol's yard. And in her garden, it was cool, breezy, and he was having a wonderful time on each of the flowers as he pulled in the full amount of nectar. See, he's bringing in the nectar because the flowers are full of nectar. He flew down by the sparkling water and he landed on a piece of driftwood. There's the bee. See the little bee? He's right there on the driftwood. That's right. And then he sailed away. But suddenly he realized he was at Alligator Point. He didn't know how to get back to St. Teresa. Busy Bumblebee began to cry. "Oh, Mr. Octopus." Mr. Octopus, who popped out of the water. "Can I help you, Busy Bumblebee?" Mr. Octopus exercised his 8 arms as he spoke to the little bee. Well, that octopus looks like he could be helpful, doesn't he? "Oh, yes," said Busy Bumblebee. "I have come too far away from home and I need to get back to St. Teresa." Mr. Octopus began to expel ink into the water, as they do. "I can't help you, but maybe Mr. Scallop can." "Mr. Scallop!" Mr. Scallop there, he began to open up his shell with a spitting sound saying, "I can help you, but I can't help you, but maybe Mr. Redfish can." There's Mr. Redfish. Well, Busy Bumblebee then asked Mr. Redfish, and he said, "Well, I can't help you, but maybe Mr. Long-necked Turtle can." So there's Mr. Turtle. Well, Mr. Turtle said, "Hop on my back, and I'll give you a ride." So Busy Bumblebee hopped on the ride to ride on the back of the turtle, and there he is in the water, riding away. Dusk was falling at St. Teresa. The little fireflies were gathering at the dock for their nightly visit. Have you ever seen fireflies in the nighttime? They're little bugs that light up like little light bulbs. Little fireflies. We have them all over Florida, and we have them all over St. Teresa at Perkins Beach. Well, the fireflies, also called lightning bugs, that's what we called them when we were growing up, flicker and light up the beautiful St. Teresa like a fisherman's cast net filled with sparkling stars. "Thank you for my ride home, Mr. Turtle," said Busy Bumblebee. "I will be careful to always pay attention to where I'm going and what I am doing." Busy Bumblebee saw his family, and they were so happy to see him. Just like I'm so happy every time I get to see you because we're family. Every time Busy Bumblebee saw his family, they were so happy they buzzed and buzzed and buzzed, and they greeted him. Buzz, buzz. That's what a bee sounds like, right? Mr. Turtle, Mr. Octopus, Mr. Scallop, Mr. Redfish, they have been really caring and reliable friends. And you know, we all need caring and reliable friends, don't we? It's been very special to be a caring and reliable friend and help others in need. I would agree with that. It is special, and it's always been special to be a caring and reliable friend to everyone. And then Mr. Busy Bumblebee got back to the island of St. James at St. Teresa Beach. The end. Yeah. And now you can read this book when you come over and see me, and you can see all about Mr. Loggerhead Turtle and all about Busy Bee, and we can show pictures of St. Teresa Beach and you as a little boy walking out in the water. That's fun. All right, I love you so much. Te amo. Talk to you soon, Amon. Bye. Daddy loves you. Bye.